And here we go. Hobbiton, good morning to you, sir. Oh, I can barely read that from here, but that's all right. I'll scoot up. Didn't realize that that's gonna screw with me. Nothing much. For whatever reason, I cannot read the screen today. That's all right. We're not going to change it now. We're going to keep it in orange. Cool guy, how's it going? So in case y'all are wondering, yes, I am smoking a cigar. It's one of them little punches. I came out to go do a little bit of shopping that needed to be done for the house. And I gotta tell you, I'm not much for running through the rain for no reason at all, so I figured I'd have a cigar. And then I'm sitting here smoking this cigar and I'm going like, hey, you know what? I can go live. Why not? So for those of y'all who can hear the rain, shouldn't be too hard. Looks like it's actually going to rain pretty hard on me. If it starts getting real smoky, y'all might notice that I'm dodging raindrops. Some of them are coming in on me. It's the sound of real Texas rain though, so just as a interesting, this is something I've seen recently. People are confused, I think, by nicotine hit and nicotine strength. I worked in a cigar shop, so I actually know the difference. problem with Missouri rain. And that little brief sound of rain is... Well, let's just say that I could still see more than 100 yards fairly clearly. And that means it's not really raining, as far as Texas is concerned. So, the difference in nicotine strength and nicotine hit, as best as I can explain it. Nicotine strength is you're going to have a strong level of nicotine. It's going to come through. You're going to feel it. Nicotine's hit is when you are feeling like someone punched you in the gut. You start getting sweaty. You start feeling sick to your stomach. It feels like there's a whole lot of extra heat in the room all of a sudden. And I'm not trying to say that anybody's wrong by using the phrase nicotine hit for nicotine strength. Swimmy headed would be good. Yes, you start feeling really lightheaded. You start really feeling it. Not nicotine strength, which could be just a satisfying strength. And it could be as simple as a specific type of cigar leaf or a specific type of pipe leaf that your body is having a very mild allergic reaction. It does not have to be the strongest leaf that gives you that hit. But that's actually what it is a very mild allergic reaction to the amount of nicotine normally. Some leaf is stronger than others. In cigars, it would be the Ligero. That's the strongest leaf in a cigar. Huva Ilta, Boris. Boris is awake again. That must mean it's like light outside, but it'll be dark soon, or later. That's all right, Boris. I can barely see the screen. The words have to get up a little bit before I can read them there in the window. But that's all right. I'm not complaining. So in pipe tobacco, normally the two strongest leaves tend to be burley or perique. And perique is actually burley, but from a specific plant that has been processed in a very specific way. So really, burley is where you're getting the strength from. A lot of people think that you're getting a lot of strength from the Virginias, which is funny because the Virginias have a lighter level of smoke, even though they have a stronger level of nicotine in the leaf. Don't ask me how that actually works out. But if you're trying to refine actual just straight nicotine extract, you would do better by refining the Virginia leaf than you would by refining a burley leaf. Chris, no problem. I will definitely be on at the tailgate. Like I said, I was only coming on to finish out this cigar. And, you know, I don't have that much longer. This is not going to be one of those hour and a half random chats. By the way, I forgot to do it. There it goes. So the reason why we've got a lot of howdy, Greg. How are you? Hopefully you're keeping the greasy side down. In case y'all don't know, Greg likes motorcycles. I like motorcycles. I don't like motorcycles in this weather, but what am I supposed to say? So a real quick little level of maintenance for those who are, you know, maintenance, housekeeping, however you want to look at it. Chad will be on Friday, but in case you got the recent newsletter from Phil at Briar Report, it indicates that Padre Piper will be doing Chad's show, and that was a cut and paste error on Phil's account. He said to try and make sure y'all all got the news as much as I could get it out there. So cutting firewood today. Ugh. Well, it's got to be cut sometime. You definitely don't want to wait until winter to cut firewood. Not my fault. And like that, most of the rain is gone. So yeah, the wife told me to go get a knife specifically for shrimp. Because the last knife I had specifically for shrimp seems to have disappeared. Oh well. So I've got to actually go to a fancy store here at the mall, because I'm not going to spend $100 and have it shipped by Cutco. Really good knives though, Cutco knives. Correct, Greg. You got to have that stuff dry before you really throw it in on a fire. Oh yeah. Howdy, Martin. Glad to see you're on board. But yes, Chad will be doing his normal 4-hour show, at least according to everything that's been told to me. Well, Greg, if you're wanting a knife for shrimp, and what I mean by a knife for shrimp, you want a real thin-bladed, very sharp knife, and if at all possible, with a slight hook at the point. And this is just so that you can get through that shell quickly and easily. Well, last week when I was doing shrimp, I was looking for that knife, couldn't find it, so I had to just make do with a paring knife, which will work, but I can't keep my mother-in-law from dulling up the paring knives and then acting like it's all good. No, a fillet knife actually hooks the wrong direction. The best ones are often called like a hawkbill. There are some really good Japanese, the Santico, I can't say the word. Starts with San, best I can tell you. They do work well, but tend to be either overly large or overly small. Gotta remember, you're working with a very small object here. You're not working with a big slice of meat. Now, why I use a hooked beak knife mostly for shrimp is because that's what the guys on the shrimp boats use. Hey, if they use it, there's a reason for it. What it is it actually will pull the shell up a little bit so that you can get it in there, and it will cut as it slides through. And if you do it right, you can cut right down to the deveining portion and the shell all at the same time, which saves you a step. Yes, there are shrimp peelers, but for the most part, you can't really use them for anything else. The other thing that this specific type of knife is real good for is for fruit. And I do a lot of fruit bowls for my wife in the morning while I'm not working. Now, a lot of people do cut shrimp from the bottom side, which is okay. It's not a problem, but you can butterfly that way, and I prefer my fried shrimp and shrimp scampi to be a little more of a solid piece instead of butterfly. But yeah, so the specific knife I'm looking for is of a certain shape, and if you're preparing pounds of shrimp at a time, you get what works best for you, and I found what works best for me. So that's why I'm up here at the stupid ass mall wasting time. But I'm not wasting time because I'm getting to spend this time with y'all fine folks. And I got to say something that's been bugging me about how people are misusing a terminology. And there's nothing wrong with misusing a terminology. If it makes sense to you, use it, go ahead. It's not that big of a deal. But if you go into like a cigar shop and you're asking for something that is a strong nicotine, that's completely different than a nicotine hit. If you want something with a nicotine hit, that's the ones that make you feel wobbly in the legs and kind of sick to your stomach. And there's a difference. I like the punch cigars, which are strong in nicotine, but for whatever reason never give me a nicotine hit. No breakfast, no dinner, whatever. Here I am smoking one right now. I've had 2 sips of coffee today. Oh, and about 3 slices of an orange from when I was making a fruit bowl for my wife this morning. Oh yeah, see now the Camacho Triple Maduro can give you a nicotine hit or just be considered a strong nicotine amount. It is a damn good cigar. I've never had a nicotine hit off of it. But there's a Romeo San Andreas that every time I smoke it, I get about 3/4 of the way through and I got to put it down before it puts me down. Which is the difference between a hit and just a strong nicotine. Oh yeah, some of the Roma Craft are very good at this. If you're looking for that nicotine hit, I suggest the ones with an orange band. Yes, I said orange. Slightly less nicotine would be the ones in a black band. Slightly less than that would be the brown band. Slightly less than that is a white band with black letters, and then the lightest one they produce is a white band with brown letters. Good cigars, by the way. I really do like the Roma Craft. I met Mr. Martin and Mr. Rosales, which is how they got their name Roma. It's R-O for Rosales and M-A for Martin. I'm sure Martin at Over a Pipes is liking that statement. And no, I highly doubt that Martin is going to be getting any kind of a soundbite off of this video. It's just probably not going to happen. They are really great cigars. I really do like the Roma Craft. I just wish that they sold better in Houston, because they're kind of hard to find in Houston because they just don't really sell very well. Yes, Martin, I never know if you're going to be sound biting me, but that's okay. Because as I like to just tell you, bite me. Anyways, just figured I'd share a little bit of time with y'all while I had some time, and before I started trying to run through the rain. And I'm pretty close to done here. So let's look at what's on the plate for this evening. We've got a tailgate coming up at 5:30 Central Time. Directly after the tailgate is going to be Briar Blues at 6:30 Central Time, which I guess is 4:30 Pacific Time, which is what time Mike at Briar Blues gets on. And quite often afterwards, we've had Mr. Phil Rivera go live. And now, surprise, surprise, there are people who do not know about the Nashville Mafia. Nashville Mafia, two guys in Tennessee, and they are an absolutely fantastic show. Cracking jokes, telling stories, listening to Swamp Muscle Jams. Yes, I said Swamp Muscle Jams. which is unlike swamp mussel fruit preserves. And it's not like swamp mussel jelly. Might want to lay off the swamp mussel jelly. No, not national. Nashville. Now, they are either going to be on Night Piper, that is Knight Piper, or they are going to be on Volunteer Piper's channel. And they are on Wednesday evenings. So those of you who are watching Eddie Gray at the Pipe Nook, and then you switch over and you have Flat Cap Piper and Lady Fire, who are popping the 10 on something. And this coming week it's going to be Sangria. And then right after that, you can switch over and find, I believe last night it was on Volunteer Piper's channel. But if Volunteer's not there, it's going to end up being on the Night Piper channel. So give it a look. You'll probably like it. It's a bunch of us pipe smokers hanging out, having a good time. You'll get to know about Largo. And if you don't know about Largo, well, you'll get to know. And right on cue, that went out. Okay. Cigar's gone. Rain slacked off. I'm going to get out of here pretty quickly. I want y'all to all remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other as best you can. Howdy, Steve and Kathy. Sorry that I am just now leaving. It was a random chat. It's fine. It'll be short. It'll be less than 30 minutes in case you want to look at it and replays. But so glad to see you're on, which tells me that you're not hurting too much from that fall from the tree. If you didn't see the Nashville Mafia, then you might not know about that fall from the tree. And howdy, Paul. Glad to see you're on also. And again, I'm going to apologize about getting out of here. But yes, so y'all take care of yourselves, especially you, Steve. No more trees for a day. Just, we want to keep you around for a while. And send our love to the grandmother. Or, sorry, not the grandmother, the godmother. That's right. In case y'all don't know, Kathy's now a maid woman. And, relax, have a good day. And as per always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Howdy, Jose. Sorry that I'm leaving. God, don't worry about it. Paul might become a made man. That's M-A-I-D instead of M-A-D-E. Anyhow, y'all take care, and I will see you soon. And by soon, I mean by 5:30 this evening. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you then. Bye now.